Match found.
Move or get zapped.
Возьми хил или гека, пожалуйста.
Кстати, мы можем, типа... Я могу сетку, а ты свой, этот, господи, яд. Или Вадика штука еще. Мы знаем. Я так себя услышала.
Хил возьми, какой дуэлянт? У нас есть дуэлянт. Хил. Heal, please. Guys, please pick heal. Boy, girl. Heal. Neon. Neon, is that you wrong right now? It's your girlfriend или ой, or what? I speak English now. What's not so clear? Bitch.
Have I been aging? Like, at all? Still not sure how this whole living forever thing works. Gotta go!
Here. Here.
Right here. Over there. Watching here. No peeking. This way. Go, go, go. Throwing net. Reloading. Spike carrier down.
Spike down A.
Refreshing. Reloading. That's 3. Spike planted.
Last player standing.
Drop in a smoke.
One enemy remaining.
4 in the dark.
A.
Aw, we shame, really.
Canyon wanna have date with the noob.
I'll break her apart.
Kill them.
Reloading.
Match found.
Hello. What? I can play the list.
I've got all the time in the world.
I can play Sage, whatever you want.
Bob, eyes open. We have a job to do.
Drop in a smoke.
There. Reloading.
Heal up, squad. Target spotted.
Spike planted.
Hawk out.
Ah be abi. Last player standing.
Yeah, my bad.
Sky, don't get shot. I need my hiking buddy in tip-top shape. Saving credits.
Save. Cloud Sage. Save.
Their fears betrayed them. No peeking! Where are you? Not ready yet. No escape. Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Bro, what about smokes, man?
Not ready yet.
The smokes, dude.
Heal up, squad.
Target spotted.
Where are you? Spike planted. Marked one.
Healing over here. Out of healing. Hawk out. Blind Band-aid. Enemy down.
Please, bro, give me a smoke. I want to grab the gun.
Reloading.
Last player standing.
Var försiktig. The battlefield changes with every play.
Oh, he's very quiet now, bro. We need smokes. What happened?
Drop in a smoke.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
Still in sight.
Healing over here.
One enemy remaining.
My ult ready. Cutting their vision.
No radianite for you, wee man. They have not won yet. Dropping smokes.
Clove, stop pushing. Oh my god.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Last player standing.
See nothing.
Thirty seconds left. 10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Did you really expect that to work? I'm The last thing they'll see before they die.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
You had your fun. My turn.
Refreshing.
Nothing there.
Hold out. Blinded. Finished.
Last player standing.
Pry open their minds. Find the weakness.
I will save. Buying.
Wrap 'em up, Lockie. No peeking.
Multiple enemies mid. Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Bro, please.
Hesitation is for amateurs. Let's go.
What happened to your mic, man? Wow, can you smoke, bro? Can you use the smoke?
They are mine.
Wherever the other team is pushing from, man. Don't you know how to smoke? Why didn't you take duelist then? I could have played smokes.
Mark 3. Trying to hide. Nightmare takes them!
No peeking.
What is that, bro?
Enemy.
My ult is ready. Back like I never left.
Spike down B.
That was close.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Here, catch.
Still in sight.
Blocking movement. That was their best. Huh. All right. Wash up, man.
Need a
Keep
drop.
fighting. Rest is overrated.
Reloading. Need a drop.
Bye, bro. Hello.
You want to play? Let's play.
You had your fun. My turn. Reloading.
Typical.
No surprises.
Last player standing. Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
That makes 3. I'll find you.
Oh, this reminds me of this one time where I, Actually, never mind.
Anyone feeling generous?
Drop in a smoke.
There. Target spotted. Attacker spawn. Enemy mid. Pathetic. My ult's ready.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Bro, you.
Make their fear your weapon. Or use a gun, whichever.
They forget their place.
No
I'll
peeking!
find you.
Enemy spotted. Enemy B.
You should
In
run.
sight.
Fire in the hole!
Last player standing.
Nice, nice.
Spike planted.
Just some good old hard yakka. Standing in between us and victory. Bring your best.
Drop in a smoke.
Hush.
You will not kill my allies.
Enemies, attacker spawn.
Bring them down.
Okay.
You had your fun. My turn.
Pull them to their grave.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Finished.
Spike planted. Last round before the switch.
Spend everything. Hoarding money is
Useless now. No heroics. Follow protocol.
No peeking. Drop in a smoke. Right here.
Target spotted mid.
Heidi.
Spike down mid.
Spike spotted mid.
Seek them out. Found one.
Nightmare takes them! Target spotted B.
Spike down mid.
there.
One enemy remaining. Team Ace.
In the words of our Sova, the pack survives.
Switching sides.
Don't be spending too many brain cells figuring them out. Overthinking is just as bad as underthinking.
Come again, cut them down. Where are you?
Drop in a smoke.
Mark one. Reloading. Target spotted A. Squad.
One less.
Enemy A.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted A. Heal up, squad. Out of healing. Hawk out. Blinded.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
right, lucky socks. Don't fail me now. Time to work. No peeking!
I'll find
Reload.
you. Reload.
Time to hunt.
Scout destroyed. Our spike carrier's down.
Spike down A. I have the spike. Last player standing.
Reloading.
Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
No peeking!
I'll find you.
Drop in a smoke.
Marked one.
No escape.
You're not.
You had your fun.
Files ready.
My turn.
There. Shoot. One enemy remaining. Results.
Drop in a smoke.
Spike planted.
Don't worry. Your life won't go to waste.
We move as a unit, okay? Last thing I need is some hero messing things up.
I love this part.
Spike dropped.
Drop in a smoke. I got the
Where
spike
are you?
ready.
Watching here.
Spike planted.
Adios. Enemy and attacker spawn.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Now this pleases me.
Make them regret their choice of profession.
Defenders win.
Hadleyburg by Mark Twain. Sir? The Man That Corrupted Hadleyburg by Mark Twain, Part 1. It was many years ago. Hadleyburg was the most honest and upright town in all the region round about. It had kept that reputation unsmirched during 3 generations, and was prouder of it than of any other of its possessions. It was so proud of it, and so anxious to ensure its perpetuation, that it began to teach the principles of honest dealing to its babies in the cradle, and made the like teachings the staple of their culture thenceforward through all the years devoted to their education. Also, throughout the formative years, temptations were kept out of the way of the young people, so that their honesty could have every chance to harden and solidify, and become a part of their very bone. The neighboring towns were jealous of this honorable supremacy, and affected to sneer at Hadleyburg's pride in it, and call it vanity. But all the same, they were obliged to acknowledge that Hadleyburg was in reality an incorruptible town, and if pressed, they would also acknowledge that the mere fact that a young man hailed from Hadleyburg was all the recommendation he needed when he went forth from his natal town to seek for responsible employment. But at last, in the drift of time, Hadleyburg had the ill luck to offend a passing stranger, possibly without knowing it, certainly without caring, for Hadleyburg was sufficient unto itself, and cared not a rap for strangers or their opinions. Still, it would have been well to make an exception in this one's case, for he was a bitter man and revengeful. All through his wanderings during a whole year he kept his injury in mind, and gave all his leisure moments to trying to invent a compensating satisfaction for it. He contrived many plans, and all of them were good, but none of them was quite sweeping enough. The poorest of them would hurt a great many individuals, but what he wanted was a plan which would comprehend the entire town, and not let so much as one person escape unhurt. At last he had a fortunate idea, and when it fell into his brain it lit up his whole head with an evil joy. He began to form a plan at once, saying to himself, "That is the thing to do. I will corrupt the town." 6 months later he went to Hadleyburg, and arrived in a buggy at the house of the old cashier of the bank about 10 at night. He got a sack out of the buggy, shouldered it, and staggered with it through the cottage yard, and knocked at the door. A woman's voice said, "Come in," and he entered, and set his sack behind the stove in the parlor, saying politely to the old lady, who sat reading the Missionary Herald by the lamp, "Pray keep your seat, madam. I will not disturb you. There, now it is pretty well concealed. One would hardly know it was there. Can I see your husband a moment, madam?" "No, he was gone to Brixton, and might not return before morning." "Very well, madam, it is no matter. I merely wanted to leave that sack in his care to be delivered to the rightful owner when he shall be found. I am a stranger. He does not know me. I am merely passing through the town to-night to discharge a matter which has been long in my mind. My errand is now completed, and I go pleased and a little proud, and you will never see me again. There is a paper attached to the sack which will explain everything. Good night, madam." The old lady was afraid of the mysterious big stranger, and was glad to see him go. But her curiosity was roused, and she went straight to the sack and brought away the paper. It began as follows: "To be published, or the right man sought out by private inquiry, either will answer. This sack contains gold coin weighing 160 pounds 4 ounces." Mercy on us! And the door not locked! Mrs. Richards flew to it all in a tremble, and locked it, then pulled down the window shades, and stood frightened, worried, and wondering if there was anything else she could do toward making herself and the money more safe. She listened a while for burglars, then surrendered to curiosity, and went back to the lamp and finished reading the paper. "I am a foreigner, and am presently going back to my own country, to remain there permanently. I am grateful to America for what I have received at her hands during my long stay under her flag, and to one of her citizens, a citizen of Hadleyburg, I am especially grateful for a great kindness done me a year or 2 ago. 2 great kindnesses, in fact. I will explain. I was a gambler. I say I was a ruined gambler. I arrived in this village at night, hungry and without a penny. I asked for help in the dark. I was ashamed to beg in the light. I begged of the right man. He gave me $20. That is to say, he gave me life, as I considered it. He also gave me fortune, for out of that money I have made myself rich at the gaming table. And finally, a remark which he made to me has remained with me to this day, and has at last conquered me, and in conquering has saved the remnant of my morals. I shall gamble no more. Now I have no idea who that man was, but I want him found, and I want him to have this money, to give away, throw away, or keep, as he pleases. It is merely my way of testifying my gratitude to him. If I could stay, I would find him myself. But no matter, he will be found. This is an honest town, an incorruptible town, and I know I can trust it without fear. This man can be identified by the remark which he made to me. I feel persuaded that he will remember it. And now my plan is this. If you prefer to conduct the inquiry privately, do so. Tell the contents of this present writing to any one who is likely to be the right man. If he shall answer, "I am the man, the remark I made was so and so," apply the test. To wit, open the sack, and in it you will find a sealed envelope containing that remark. If the remark mentioned by the candidate tallies with it, give him the money, and ask no further questions, for he is certainly the right man. But if you shall prefer a public inquiry, then publish this present writing in the local paper, with these instructions added, to wit, 30 days from now, let the candidate appear at the town hall at 8 in the evening, Friday, and hand his remark in a sealed envelope to the Reverend Mr. Burgess, if he will be kind enough to act. And let Mr. Burgess there and then destroy the seals of the sack, open it, and see if the remark is correct. If correct, let the money be delivered, with my sincere gratitude to my benefactor thus identified. Mrs. Richards sat down, gently quivering with excitement, and was soon lost in thinkings after this pattern. What a strange thing it is, and what a fortune for that kind man who set his bread afloat upon the waters. If it had only been my husband that did it! For we are so poor, so old and poor. Then with a sigh, but it was not my Edward. No, it was not he that gave a stranger $20. It is a pity, too. I see it now. Then with a shudder, but it is gambler's money, the wages of sin. We couldn't take it. We couldn't touch it. I don't like to be near it. It seems a defilement. She moved to a farther chair. I wish Edward would come and take it to the bank. A burglar might come at any moment. It is dreadful to be here all alone with it. At 11 Mr. Richards arrived, and while his wife was saying, "I am so glad you've come," he was saying, "I'm so tired, tired clear out. It is dreadful to be poor and have to make these dismal journeys at my time of life. Always at the grind, 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 on a salary, another man's slave, and he sitting home in his slippers, rich and comfortable." "I am so sorry for you, Edward, you know that. But be comforted. We have our livelihood. We have our good name." "Yes, Marian, that is everything. Don't mind my talk. It's just a moment's irritation and doesn't mean anything. Kiss me. There, it's all gone now, and I'm not complaining any more. What have you been getting? What's in the sack?" Then his wife told him the great secret. It dazed him for a moment, and then he said, "It weighs 160 pounds. Why, Mary, it's $40,000. Think of it! A whole fortune! Not 10 men in this village are worth that much. Give me the paper." He skimmed through it and said, "Isn't it an adventure? Why, it's a romance. It's like the impossible things one reads about in books and never sees in life." He was well stirred up now, cheerful, even gleeful. He tapped his old wife on the cheek and said humorously, "Why, we're rich, Mary, rich. All we've got to do is bury the money and burn the papers. If the gambler ever comes to inquire, we'll merely look coldly upon him and say, 'What is this nonsense you're talking? We've never heard of you and your sack of gold before.' And then he would look foolish and in the meantime, while you're running on with your jokes, the money is still here, and it is fast getting along toward burglar time." "True. Very well. What shall we do? Make the inquiry private?" "No, not that. It would spoil the romance. The public method is better. Think what a noise it will make. And it will make all the other towns jealous, for no stranger would trust such a thing to any town but Hadleyburg, and they know it. It's a great card for us. I must get to the printing office now, or I shall be too late." "But stop, stop! Don't leave me here alone with it, Edward." But he was gone. For only a little while, however. Not far from his own house he met the editor, proprietor of the paper, and gave him the document, and said, "Here's a good thing for you, Cox. Put it in." "It may be too late, Mr. Richards, but I'll see." At home again, he and his wife sat down to talk the charming mystery over. They were in no condition for sleep. The first question was, who could the citizen have been who gave the stranger the $20? It seemed a simple one. Both answered it in the same breath. "Barclay Goodson." "Yes," said Richards, "he could have done it, and would have been like him. But there's not another in the town." "Everybody will grant that, Edward. Grant it privately, anyway. For 6 months now the village has been its own proper self once more, honest, narrow, self-righteous, and stingy." It is what he always called it to the day of his death. Said it right out publicly, too. "Yes, and he was hated for it." "Oh, of course, but he didn't care. I reckon he was the best hated man among us, except the Reverend Burgess." "Well, Burgess deserves it. He will never get another congregation here. Mean as the town is, it knows how to estimate him. Edward, doesn't it seem odd that the stranger should appoint Burgess to deliver the money?" "Well, yes, it does. That is... Why so much that-ising? Would you select him?" "Mary, maybe the stranger knows him better than this village does." "Much that would help Burgess." The husband seemed perplexed for an answer. The wife kept a steady eye upon him and waited. Finally Richard said, with the hesitancy of one who is making a statement which is likely to encounter doubt, "Mary, Burgess is not a bad man." His wife was certainly surprised. "Nonsense!" she exclaimed. "He is not a bad man, I know. The whole of his unpopularity had its foundation in that one thing, the thing that made so much noise." "That one thing, indeed! As if that one thing wasn't enough all by itself." "Plenty, plenty. Only he wasn't guilty of it." "How you talk! Not guilty of it? Everybody knows he was guilty." "Mary, I give you my word, he was innocent. I can't believe it, and I don't. How do you know? It's a confession. I'm ashamed, but I will make it. I was the only man who knew he was innocent. I could have saved him. And, well, you know how the town was wrought up. I hadn't the pluck to do it. It would have turned everybody against me. I felt mean, ever so mean, but I didn't dare. I hadn't the manliness to face that. Mary looked troubled, and for a while was silent. Then she said, stammeringly, I don't think it would have done for you to one mustn't, public opinion. One has to be so careful, so. It was a difficult road, and she got mired, but after a little she got started again. It was a great pity, but why, we couldn't afford it, Edward. We couldn't indeed. Oh, I wouldn't have had you do it for anything. It would have lost us the goodwill of so many people, Mary, and then, what troubles me now is what he thinks of us, Edward. He doesn't suspect that I could have saved him. Oh, exclaimed the wife in a tone of relief. I'm glad of that. As long as he doesn't know that you could have saved him, well, that makes it a great deal better. Why, I might have known he didn't know, because he is always trying to be friendly with us, as little encouragement as we give him. More than once people have twitted me with it. There's the Wilsons and the Wilcoxes and the Harknesses. They take a mean pleasure in saying, "Your friend Burgess," because they know it pesters me. I wish he wouldn't persist in liking us so. I can't think why he keeps it up. I can explain it. It's another confession. When the thing was new and hot, and the town made a plan to ride him on a rail, my conscience hurt me so that I couldn't stand it, and I went privately and gave him notice, and he got out of town and stayed out till it was safe to come back. Edward, if the town had found it out! Don't! It scares me yet to think of it. I repented of it the minute it was done, and I was even afraid to tell you, lest your face might betray it to somebody. I didn't sleep any that night for worrying. But after a few days I saw that no one was going to suspect me, and after that I got to feeling glad I did it. And I feel glad yet, Mary, glad through and through. So do I, now, for it would have been a dreadful way to treat him. Yes, I'm glad, for really you did owe him that, you know. But, Edward, suppose it should come out yet, some day. It won't. Why? Because everybody thinks it was Goodson.
I've got all the time in the world. Vena, a certain someone tells me you play guitar. You have to
Reloading.
play for us later. No getting out of it. Gotta go. I'm out of here. Go, go, go!
Here.
Here.
I'm out of here.
Still in sight.
Reloading. Enemy A. Go, go, go.
No peeking.
Hawk out. Blinded. Reloading.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Gotta go.
Spike down A.
Go, go, go! I got spike.
Our spike carrier is killed.
Reload. Not ready
I
yet.
have retrieved the spike.
Someone is A.
There. Last player standing.
I will kill their healer. It's the only way to keep them all dead.
Reloading.
I'm out of here. Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Reloading.
Reloading. All right, muckers. Off we go.
Still in sight.
Go, go, go.
No peeking.
Drop in a smoke.
Hawk out.
Enemy spotted. See.
Reloading. Healing over here.
Our spike is down.
Spike down. Attacker spawned.
Reloading.
Last player standing. Flawless.
Grenade. Clock ticking.
Reloading.
Gotta go.
I have
Spike
retrieved
drop.
the
I'm out
spike.
of here. Enemy A. Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Reloading.
Gotta go. Drop in a smoke.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Enemy spotted. A.
Woo!
Go away.
I have planted the spike.
Last player standing.
Bad move. Cypher, get their good side. We don't want to be rude.
I get what I want.
Peeking! Enemy mid. Reloading.
Reloading.
Go, go, go!
Sights are gonna. Enemy C. My ult's ready.
Seek them out.
Scatter.
Found one. Time to hunt.
30 seconds left.
There.
I got the spike.
She plenty.
10 seconds left.
Knocked him. Spike planted.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
That's great. You made this happen, Sage. Now we're on the right path. Let's keep going. Come on then! Time to hunt. Reloading. I'm out of here. No peeking.
Hawk out.
Blinded.
Hawk out.
I'm out of here.
Enemy C.
Insecto. My ult ready.
Our spike carrier's
Someone
down.
is A. I have retrieved
Spike down B.
Our spike carrier's down.
Last player standing. Thirty seconds left.
My ult is ready.
I'm over them. Reloading. Go, go, go.
I need this. My sights. Quick feet, quick trigger.
Gotta go. Time to hunt.
Go, go, go.
Drop in a
Coming
smoke.
through. Gotta go.
Hawk out.
Still in sight.
Our spike carrier's down.
Spike down A.
I got the spike. Have a kit.
Last player
down.
standing.
Can't use that.
They're just batteries. I need a
Reloading.
recharge.
Time to mobilize my pack.
Enemy A.
Go, go, go. I'm out of here. This way. Gotta go. Drop in a smoke.
Cutting their vision.
No peeking.
Spike planted.
هيا فلانك هيا فلانك.
Here we go. Back like I never left.
Healing over here.
Think I'll stay.
واحد
Last
ديفرنت
player
واحد.
standing. One enemy
Buried.
remaining.
Ready. Don't even try me.
What, Sky? That was tidy. Is that what hiking does for you?
Need a drop.
Get on with it.
جي الدراري ها هو انا.
Spike down A.
I have retrieved the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Planted the spike.
No peeking. I'm out of here.
That's done. Quick break.
They don't have a single life worth saving. Need a drop.
Reload.
Thank you. Rhina, take them all down.
Hawk out. Blinded.
No peeking.
Go, go, go.
Enemy mid.
Reloading. Gotta go.
Gotta go. I'm out of here.
Heal up, squad.
Reloading.
Hawk out. Enemy spotted A.
Refreshing.
Ended.
Drop in a smoke. No peeking.
Have one of these.
30 seconds left.
Spike.
Not ready yet. Not
You will not kill my allies.
Last player standing.
Dropped. No peeking. Please stay alive. I hate making new friends. Need a drop.
I need this.
Need a drop. Thank you.
Reloading.
Don't give them ground.
Need a drop.
Spectre.
I'm out of here.
Spike's here.
Here.
Back up. Fire in the hole. Go, go, go.
I got the spike.
Enemy A.
Still
Reload.
inside.
Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Rozlem plentine, bro, rozlem.